Hey guys, my name is Cidiac and welcome back to another episode of Woodville here in City Skylines 2, where last episode we got rid of the bank, which did not solve any of our problems. Hilarious, right? So I've had another ingenious idea. Today we're going to build a second airport, and that's because I'm now going to see if the fact that we've got so many vehicles trying to get to and from the airport, I don't know whether we got like a storage problem at this point. It doesn't look like we have, but we definitely have an import and export problem as too many vehicles trying to get in and out. Now, things that we need to do is we need to actually make sure that we've got enough cargo lines kind of transporting the goods. I don't like the idea of them all driving in here right now, so we've got to figure out ways in which we can kind of replace these vehicles driving in with trains choo-chooing instead. But also, it's given me the great idea to also build another airport. Now, this may or may not be the last episode, guys, before we move on to something different. If it is, you'll see in the description there is a link to the Paradox place where you can download the game. I don't know yet. It depends on what shenanigans happen in this episode, but there's not really much left for me to do. I've pretty much built it to its maximum, and we've accomplished the goal of creating this beautiful export, this beautiful region based on exporting the wood industry products. So, where are we sticking this new airport? Well, I want to pull it up over here. Now, it's a little bit out the way of this one, and the reason for it is it services more of like Sycamore, because we can kind of set it up a bit nicer, pretty much a load of Oak Bay as well, and we can also incorporate it with the train line here for the cargo. It's got to do something around this junction. We can lead it to this road here, which has got highway access. But it does mean I have to do a little bit of land reclamation within this area, which looks like a swamp, doesn't it? It really, really does. So let's see how big the airport actually is going to be. So airport itself, it is a big boy. It is a big boy right now. And I got to be careful about where we're also putting it, because I don't want the flight path to be too crazy. But I think something like this here could kind of work in our favor. Maybe something about like that. Because then the flight path is over the water and then over the industrial area, not near the city. So to do that then, we have to do some like land reclamation all over again. Now, I think there is a bunch of water sources here that I'm going to have to kind of get rid of. Just where we want to do some... let me get the right height and the right brush. We need to do some like reclaiming here. So if I just do a very, very vague reclaim here, and then we're going to have to figure out where we want to align said road. So it's going to go something like this. With that said then, we are going to extend the road here. So this is a highway road. I'm going to have to kind of delete it for just a hot minute. And it's a 4-lane road. So do we keep it to a 4-lane road? That could be interesting. It could be interesting. So 4-lane road is this boy here. And we're going to bring it to about there. And if I just change the alignment and bring it to a 5. Bridge it over by a 5 right now. And then bring it back down to Earth. And then we need to kind of create our alignment. So we'll probably have to redo that anyway. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to kind of implement this. So this is going to be a complete guess here. And I'm going to do a one-way road, which I will have to flip back around in just a second. So if I dropped the one-way system just here and then implemented our Anik here so I can then fine-tune it. And then I implement the airport about there. Okay. Okay. Just... hold up with me for just a second. Just hold on for just a second. Right, spin this right round this way. And then I'm going to do the other one. But I'm going to do it in a highway road because it's a lot quicker. And then we're going to utilize this 4-lane to integrate with this system. So, right, hold on, boys. Hold on right now. What's going on here? So if I come out to about there and then I ran this all the way up. So how far do I need to take it before we have to start thinking about a bend? So bring you to there. That's obviously going to go to here. And then we're going to do a... And what's that going over? That is a 112. So we're looking at a 56, aren't we? 56 by 56. 56 by 56. A nice little bend there. This is going to be a glorious run, by the way. This is going to be a glorious run. But of course, we're going to upgrade where we can to being the normal kind of highway style road. So bend that round to there where it becomes normal road. And then just after, we return it back to highway road. So we can kind of keep the speed limit because I don't really want much else to be kind of going on over here. And then we just need to figure out. So if I re-delete this, we're going to bend the bridge in. So if I get that 4-lane road, and what we'll do is we'll place it centered here, or as centered as it can feel like it can be anyway. And then we'll bring it up by 5, and then we'll do a nice little bend just there. That is the wrong type of road, by the way. And then we've just got to bring these two now in together. So if I delete back to there, back to there, delete you back to there, we've just got to bring these now both in. So it should be quite easy to do. We'll do the complex curve system. So let me bring this back down to the ground level. So why is that going a bit funky? I don't know. So we'll come down here anyway. We'll do a 87-ish. There we go. And if I do the same again, but obviously I've flipped this one round, by the way, so we'll spin it right back. Nice! Right, it turns a lot sooner on one side than the other. So we'll just move it like that, and then that will do. That would do right there, that would do. So we've got the airport now in question. So let me just kind of smoothie where I can. We'll fine-tune it all up anyway. We've got a few additional stuff we need to add in. We need to add in the business lounge. We need to add in the cargo terminal. We'll add in the airport services. And then we need to bring the train line over. That's very important for this cargo airport. So we do have the a train line coming around here. The cargo line bends around here. And I'm wondering if as it bends around, we get it to go straight under and then make its way over to there. Oh, I don't like that. That needs to be elevated right now. All right, there we go. It should technically work. So trains. And then I've got to redo this. But what I'll do is we'll bring that to there. And we'll bridge it up to a 10 straight over. So this is all now completely elevated. And then we're just going to find out where the best place for this to connect would be. So back down to 0. If I ran that straight, so it comes off here, just going slightly under. And then of course we'll bend it. And then we'll bend it to run straight up to a 10. And then how long do we go? About there. There. Right, some reason that it... Oh, okay, I didn't have it on elevated. So that makes a little bit of sense. So up and over, we'll bend this a little bit better as a connection. And it leads directly to the highway link. That's now all over. That bends round. And off it can go in any direction. Okay, this has worked out pretty well. I've just got to fine-tune it with the the trees and whatnot and sort the land out a little bit better as well. Now, we're not going to have any power or water coming over here at the minute, so we just need to upgrade the road with the street lights. So bring you to there. So that will give us our power. I just need to do the water upgrade and sewage upgrade next. So that should work there. Right, so far so good. So far so good right now. So oak, get rid of the anarchy, and we'll do big trees. So we'll dot a fair few amount of trees around the front of the airport, but I need to take some away from the rear of the airport, also where we have the planes coming through, because it is not a good idea to have planes taking off with trees around. So I'll do some coming down there. It's not a problem. But that's not a good idea. Now I'm going to anarchy it. Just so I can dot. Just a few trees around here. Just for no particular reason. No particular reason, guys. I just like trees. I'm just enjoying the trees right now, okay? I'm enjoying the trees. And then we've cleared a little bit of path here. You could argue I need to get rid of them as well. They're the birch trees. So get rid of all the birch trees. And then I think they're the London planes, aren't they? Is that what they're called? I can never find them. I never know what they look like. Are they London planes? Yes. I never know what they look like on this list to even click on them. London plane. There we go. So if the plane does decide to crash, it's cleared, okay? It's clear. That's going to annoy me, isn't it? The plane is cleared to crash. All right, get rid of these ones here. I'm going to keep them at the side, though, just because. Just because at this point. Right. Let's look at doing a little bit of smoothie on the land, by the way. So nothing too much, because I didn't really claim too much anyway. And then back into... Oh, no, I can't go back into play mode because I haven't done this road. So let me delete this road back to about... Right, let me just go to there first. And then we'll pick... Because it's kind of going to have to snap into that. Which I'll probably do like another roundabout. And we'll pick a 90-degree point. And then I'll drop a quick little roundabout in. Like that. And then we'll just get this road here connected to it. So what we're saying about there would do us. It should be fine. It should be fine, that road. It's not too crazy anyway. And then play mode. So that airport should be now good to go. But we need to create routes so we can actually use it. More importantly, they'll also use it for storage nearby as well. So what we'll do then, we're going to treat it as a cargo airport. We're not going to bring any passengers to it. So we'll first start then with creating the cargo plane route. So cargo plane. And we'll do there, and we'll go to there. So a short route there. We'll then do another route down to here. So a little bit different, that one, from where we're normally going. Can I not do one there? No, they're reserved for the passenger side. Okay. So I'll do another one, and then go... this way? Or not? Okay, we'll stick to the two. Yeah, we'll stick to the two. Right, cargo planes are coming in. And we'll do now the train route. So cargo rail. So we'll start with our first one. And we'll go there. Now, I could bring it to there, but it's awfully close. So I'm going to go somewhere a little bit further, maybe. We'll start with... going to this one here. And then we'll pull it all the way back. And then we'll go from here to here and back. Now create another new route. Where else could we go next? I could pull in one over to here. Now that's a little bit of a distance. And I'll create one more route. And where would be any benefit here? I could bring it to this airport. But I think I'm going to bring it to over here. So port, it's more about just storing locally. Is what it's all about. Right. Put a few in there. Cargo plane landing with a load of cargo goods on board. Let's see what this now does then. I'm wondering if having like the increased localized storage nearby could change things maybe. I want to see what they're dropping off and what we're going to have stored. So we've got some coal coming in. We've got some grain coming in, but there's a lot that needs to come in. Now, also, I'm going to do some out of the region connections for the train line. So that will be a good idea to get these set up. And do we have another one? We have another one all the way down here, don't we? Which is a little bit out of the way. A little bit out of the way. Now, we don't have enough vehicles, apparently. We are going to need a few more vehicles. It's probably down to the fact that I've probably got way too many trains on some of these routes. So the ones that I've just created, like number 13 here. Let's reduce this down to one train. Number 12. Down to one train. Is there a better way to kind of go and look through all of this? Number 11. One train. Number 10. One train. Number 9. Already on one train. Right, was that enough? Or do we have any other complaints to other lines? We still have some complaints to other lines that we do need to kind of sort out. I don't want to keep taking cargo lines off other places. But it might be something that we need to do. So trains. This one's got 2, reduced to 1. Number 10's got 2, but still waiting for it to reduce. 11 we've reduced. The Woodville cargo loop. It's got 2 by default. I can't do anything about that. Did I do 8? Oh no, 8's just updated. Yeah. Trains here. We have 4 trains in the church and this one. And we're going to reduce that to 2. And the Woodville loop. I don't know if we can reduce this down to 1 now, each one. I could just build another rail yard and be done with it. But I'd like to see how this is going to affect things. So, they've all now got at least 1 train, so that should solve the problem. For now, anyway. Right, lots of cargo vehicles are making their way in, which is good. The main point of this is they turn in this way, they exit that way. So that becomes super efficient. And we are storing more and more goods. Will take a while for all these additional goods to make their way in. And for us to be fully stored and stocked up. But that's a nice little addition there. We've got 2 airports in the region. Now, I don't know how it would affect this airport much. If it even does, is the question. But there is a nice little backlog there of people trying to get in. So, could be interesting. I like seeing the little loop-de-loop that we do have set up. That's pretty cool. And, yeah, we'll see. We shall see. Now, I could do stuff with this island. I could add in more cargo and whatnot. But I think that's pretty good. Right, that plane's now leaving. Nothing on board at the minute. That train's exporting something. or distributing something. We're going to need a lot more planes. So I don't know whether to up the numbers of the planes. So cargo planes. Aircraft. I can assign 3. I'm going to assign multiple aircraft to all my cargo planes. Because it increases the amount of goods that come in and out of the region, and it just speeds things up a little bit. That could also be the way to kind of do it too. We shall see. Right, any dramatics going on here? I don't think so. I think we're okay. Now, they can come in this way. They can also exit that way. So it does work out. I just wonder how busy it's going to be. Now, I'm not paying attention to any of these issues. So I don't know if anything is being fixed, if that makes sense. I'm not really paying attention that much. Right. Is the backlog dying down? It is difficult to tell. It is real difficult to tell. We see more planes now coming in. There's a few more planes there. And it does give us more vehicles that we could potentially use. Another plane coming in. 2 planes coming in, actually. So they'll drop off some goods. And there we go. We've now got a surplus of vehicles. Interesting. Interesting, boys. Obviously, we've got trains to make their way over here yet to still bring in a load of goods. They'll bring in like a large quantity of goods as well. And what have you got on board? You've got pharmaceuticals and electronics. Okay. There's another plane coming in. That's got fish and pharmaceuticals. So yeah, this is now slowly starting to store the goods locally. And would be very, very helpful for these businesses. That train is coming in. Anything on board from this one? There is a bunch of coal on this. So, do we have any storage for coal right now? Coal, we have 12.5 tons already in storage. So, let's see what this goes up to once we drop off. There we go. Okay, we've got enough coal now at this point. We've got enough coal. And, oh, it's now moving even more goods. So, this is going now to the cargo. Where's that going to next? It's going to there. And then where's it going to? Ah, down here. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Ooh, there's a little bit of a... Oh, there's a hot jam here. Okay, we're going to drop a roundabout there. Oh, there we go. They're going to give way to the left. Which, it's quite a large backlog here. Which is then going to obviously backlog this. But once that's cleared, that'll be free. Then we're back to usual business then. No one's having to stop all the time. So, this is what it will kind of look like once there's like more freedom of movement. So once that's all cleared, these guys will have the green light. Unless I slightly increase or make it an asymmetrical road on the approach here. I could do it like that. So you've also got like a not a dedicated right turn, but the one lane is a right turn. So it allows 2 vehicles to enter the junction from that one side. Right. Oh, this backlog. This is the lowest I've seen this backlog, by the way. But there is a lot more vehicles leading in. So we'll keep our eyes peeled. Another train coming in right now. Holy moly, that's got a lot of stuff on board, this one. So once that drops off... Ooh, damn. Okay. So this airport storage right now is looking pretty good. It is looking pretty good right now. I'm quite impressed. Still a lot to get in. There's another train about to drop off as well, by the way. Still very impressed. So let's keep it going. You've got nothing. What's going on, guys? What's going on right there? Right. Okay. Okay. Does it feel like there is now becoming less complaints, or is it just me? I don't know whether we're now starting to see less complaints as we've got more stuff coming in. I'm not particularly too sure. It's a tricky situation. We're going to increase the amount of shipping we've got coming in now at this point. So shipping's maxed out on that one. Shipping is not maxed out there, but we will max it out. Shipping here, max out. Because I've got the funds, I can do it. It's not an issue. But we're going maxed out on cargo shipping. On the current lines that we do have. So we should start seeing a load more boats on the way. And one of them's bringing something, which is good. You've got nothing on board. Useless. Neither of you. Oh, you've got convenience food. That's interesting. Now, where are you sailing to with your convenience food? All the way up here. That's an interesting boat to see. Because the convenience foods eluded us for quite some time. So could this be how we solve this problem? This bug with the bank? Potentially. Potentially right now. Right, dropping you off. So that's got a load... Actually, a lot of convenience food. A dramatically high number of convenience food. This is slowly getting there. It's one of those things. You don't want to have too much stuff. You want to have a lot of stuff in storage, but you don't want too much stuff to the point where it's just hanging around. So finding that balance is difficult, but it's what you've got to do. It is what you've got to do. So lots of convenience food coming in now. So we've increased the amount of imports and exports, which is kind of leading to more goods coming in. But I'm not a big fan of this backlog of vehicles. It is because there is a lot of industry around here. Don't get me wrong. You know, it was a little bit of an oversight on my part for having too much industry in one place. And I think this is the difference with having good, like, rail connection. You don't see that many vehicles, but then again, there's not that much industry around here. So you're kind of not going to see it at the same time. Right, not bad. Not bad. I'm intrigued to see our imports and exports right now, considering we are doing a lot more, you know, importing and exporting. Top exports right now, paper. Biggest import, electronics. Crazy. It is crazy. Now, the issues are still there. They ain't going anywhere. I'm not trying to solve them. It's just interesting to see. It is interesting to see. Now, we could add more storage onto these places. It is a possibility. Well, I think we're doing good. I don't think we need to worry too much now. Stuff will just arrive. So we've got plastics on the way in right now for that. Plain. Stuff will just eventually arrive. Right. Very good. So how can we slow down the amount of vehicles utilizing this? Well, you've got to first figure out where are they coming from So if I check out routes, or I should actually check out the routes of where the vehicles are leaving to. I think a lot of them is down here, isn't it? Which I get it, because it's quicker to drive to there than it is to get on a train. You're going the same. So you're going across the roundabout, across the... Is it all going across the roundabout? It is, isn't it? They're using that over anything else. Now, do I artificially change the speed limit? That's an interesting kind of concept, isn't it? Or what if I was to... And I've done this in the past. Right, that does not work. Also, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from there. No, we'll go from there to there. And then there should be like a middle point here. Okay, that's not what I was trying to attempt there. So we bend you. So bending something like that, that creates a shorter route for the trains. Or for at least one train making its way down here, but it's not perfect, that. I don't think that is perfect. Because the train in question, I don't know how it's going to do that. I'm not quite sure how it's going to navigate that bend. We kind of... Where is that train? The red line. The red line... Where are you? You're... Is it this one? No, it's not the Sycamore line. It's this route here, isn't it? Yeah. Now, where's the train? Right, let me just see what this does. Come on, train, speed up. Are you going to leave yet? We're all waiting. Now, it's got wooden convenience food on. Interesting. So, will it attempt to do that bend, or is that bend too much? It looks like it's now updated. The bend is not a problem. So that's now heavily reduced the distance it has to travel. So I wonder if that makes a difference. So the train's in. I'm going to wait for it to now leave to see if it actually can go back. Because there's a lot less vehicles now trying to get in. There's a lot just trying to exit now at this point. So wait for the train to now leave. Any minute now. And then on the way back. Yeah, okay. It's updated its route now. That's fine. So maybe me doing that has actually changed it somewhat. So it's able to now bring its way round. And off it goes. I don't know. Remains to be seen, that issue. Remains to be seen. But problems... I think there's a few indicators slowly disappearing. But I wouldn't say that it solved the issue as a blanket. Nah. I don't think that's quite happened yet. Or maybe we just need more of what we're actually doing. I think, to be honest with you, there is less icons. I think there is starting to get a few less. So maybe it's working. Remains to be seen still. Remains to be seen. But I'm hoping we've done some big improvements right now with the cargo transportation around these areas. Yes. We have a crime over here, boys. It's a crime scene. Does that mean we've now got crims in Alcatraz? No. I don't think we've ever had a single prisoner in that prison. That prison's going to feel haunted at this point, isn't it? It's going to feel so eerie walking around. Right, plane coming in. Nothing on board. Plane coming in. Convenience food. Alright, it keeps bringing in the goods. There's a train about to enter with convenience food. There's a train about to enter there. So lots of convenience food is about to be brought in. That convenience food is here, especially on that next train, which you now have a surplus of it. So maybe that's what is required, boys. Maybe that is what is required. But other than that, we'll end it here. Now, will there be another episode after this, guys? I do not know. I do not know. But if there is a link in the description to the save game on the Paradox Mods side of it, then you know that this was the last episode. Now, don't be sad it ends. Just be excited something new can begin. Until next time, I will see you all soon. So, goodbye.